this is Dorothy with Dot Scrapbooking again, and I have another Christmas card that I want to make, and I had these nice size scraps left over from Evergreen, so I was using it for pages and what have you, so I wanted to go ahead and make another Christmas card, and I'm going to make a slimline because these two scraps would fit somewhat a slimline. So a slimline is 3.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And so I'm just cutting this down so that there's about 1/4 of an inch show all around. And then this, I love this paper. So I'm going to put it, so it just gets a little bit of the pine background from it. But the paper isn't quite big enough to go to the edges of the slimline card, and it's not quite even. So I decided what I was going to do is just kind of add a little glitter to the edges of the card, and I had this Bronze Shimmer trim that is from a long time ago, and actually it's not available anymore. Now you could use gold if you didn't have bronze in your stash like I did. So I've gone ahead and used up the last little drip bit of shimmer trim started ripping, and I didn't realize, but it was at the end of the roll. So I have one more semi-roll left that I'll have to get. So I'm just making mitered cuts here, and you just cut from the outside edge to the inside edge, and or vice versa. And when you cut on the diagonal, then you get a nice mitered cut where the pieces usually fit together very nicely. So I kind of messed up one of these, but it's fixable. It's always, things are always fixable. So I'm just trying to get the trim loose from it. Kind of got too stuck to the edge of the paper there. So I'm going to lift it up and then cut from the outside corner to the inside corner, and then you get this nice mitered cut. Now that one had a little bit extra hanging over, who knows why. And I'm doing the same thing down at the bottom here. And then I can put the, yeah, I did a messed up job on that. Have to kind of, guess I'm redoing that one because I didn't like that little, like, it's too much contrast with that white daisy glaring back from the little mist area there. So I'm going to leave my little tab so it's easy to get to next time. And I did check, bronze is no longer available, so it is a discontinued item unless we, bring it back for a particular project. So anyway, but I do think it's pretty, and I do think that it went nicely with the pine cones, but gold would also look nice with the pine cones. So I'm going to go ahead and try to give kind of an even, it's not going to be even side to side and top to bottom, but if you can even the top to bottom and even the side to side, then that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead, and I trimmed off a little bit more of the paper because it was just a line. And so I made the top look more like the bottom. Just trying to center this one. There, and see there's a little tone on tone to this pine. So it's a pretty paper. And that side is pretty too. So, but I do like these lines with the kind of snowflake, pine snowflakes. Anyway, I think it's really a pretty paper, and I wanted to start using up the scraps. If we could all use up our scraps. So if you make pages, scrapbook pages, and you've got scraps, then make a couple of cards. Okay, so I had this thin cut. This is an older thin cut, and I went ahead and used my pine glitter paper and made some thin cut pieces with the pine, because this particular thin cut is perfect for the slimline cards. So, and it just makes it super simple. Now, I know that looks familiar. See, I told you I made a lot of those pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to use rosemary because it looks fine with the pine. And go ahead and print it. I do love this sentiment for a card. And now I'm giving this a little heavier edge than I did on the other cards that I made earlier. So I'm just kind of going after it there. And I'm going to edge the edge of the cardstock, the glitter cardstock, with the rosemary also. And it's not really getting much on the glitter, but it's just kind of getting the cardstock on the edge of the paper. So just a little something to make it stand out from the background. So, and see, that straight on the background didn't look very good. So it kind of needed its little glitter outline. So what I'm doing here is lining up the points, and then that's going to go on there. Now I kind of needed something to make it stand out a little bit more. And so I'm just going to run a piece of the bronze underneath it. And that just helps add just a little bit of contrast to that sentiment. And I'm kind of putting it sort of towards the center as much as I can. And I'm adding some of the foam tape. Yay, foam tape. It's always good. So we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, and then we're adding layer 5 and 6 on this card. The more layers you have, the more interesting the card becomes. It just, adds depth and dimension to your card. And so, you don't think about it, but that's that many layers that are on this card. So there's 3 of the shimmer trim, and then the 2 papers, then the shimmer trim, and then the 2 papers. So that's 6. So I like this card. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.